And that's what we're going to try to do in this game. So let's go down and I'll show you how to play. All right, guys, let's talk about the components for Splendor. Now, the first thing you're going to see when you look at this table is you're going to see these cards. And these cards have several really important aspects to them. They have several really important pieces to them that we're going to look at together. Remember that we are gem merchants, and we are trying to widen our business. We're trying to buy assets. We're trying to buy other businesses. We're trying to buy mines like this one, or like this one. We're trying to buy caravan routes. That's the trade routes, the paths that the gems are going to take to get from the mines to us, to our stores. So that's another mine. Let's see, let's take a good look at a caravan route. This one's probably a caravan route. And we're also going to be hiring jewelers. We're going to be hiring people who are going to work on our jewelry for us. Now, this is not a game about who has the most successful business. No, no, no. This is a game about who has the most prestigious business, who has the most fame, the most glory. We want prestige. We want to be considered great by everyone around us. And so, not every mine is considered to be a great one. This card doesn't give us any points. The points will be found in the top left corner of the card. So this card is worth 1 point. There are a couple of other really important things we have to see on this card, one of which is the cost. The price to acquire this card is 4 emeralds. Well, how do we get 4 emeralds? We'll talk about that in a minute. But the other nice thing about this card is that it gives us a bonus. Because this is a diamond mine, we will always get 1 diamond for owning it. And we're never going to lose it. Once we make this purchase, it's ours. So, that's really nice. Those are the pieces of the card that we need to really worry about. The art is nice. It gives a little bit of the theme to the game. But what we care about are the 3 corners of the card. We care about the bottom left corner, that's the price. The top left corner, that's the prestige that we will get, the points that we will get for having the card. And the top right corner is the bonus we get for having the card. So remember I said that we need to have 4 emeralds to buy this card. Well, one thing that we'll be able to do is to take these gem chips. That's what we're going to call them. They're gem chips. This is a diamond gem chip. The white chips are diamonds. The blue chips are sapphires. The green chips are emeralds. The red chips are rubies. The black chips are onyx. And these yellow chips are a little bit different. These yellow chips are amber, and these are considered wild cards. These yellow chips can be diamonds, sapphires, emeralds, rubies, or onyx, depending on what you need them to be. But they're hard to get. You have to do something very specific. You have to do a particular action to get these. So we're going to put these off to the side a little bit because you can't take them normally. And the last thing we have to look at are these nobles. These nobles all have different things that they are looking for. So they're all a little bit different, and we'll never play the game with all of them. But let's take this noble, for instance. This noble is going to be very impressed if you have 4 red ruby cards and 4 emerald cards. Not chips. She doesn't care if you have all the green chips. That's not what she's interested in. She wants to see that you have emerald cards. If you can gather 4 emerald cards and 4 ruby cards, then she's going to come and visit you. And because she is a noble, she brings a lot of prestige with her. Other people will be impressed. So you'll get 3 points for that. The first person in the game to get the requirements on the card will get the noble, and they will bring their points with them. They're all worth 3 points. We'll see you in a minute, and we'll talk about gameplay. All right, guys, we have a 3-player game ready to go here. We've got Baby Thanos, Baby Thor, and Baby Cap, and we're ready to go. So this is a 3-player game, and that means that we're going to be taking away, we're going to be taking out some of the gems. So in a 3-player game, we will only use 5 of each kind of gem. The ambers never change. There'll always be 5 of those. In a 3-player game, we use 5 gems. In a 4-player game, we use all of the gems, which is 7. And in a 2-player game, we'll only use 4 of each color. For a 3-player game, we'll use 5. And that's not a lot. It gets very tight trying to get resources. So on your turn, you have a couple of different choices, and our players will help us illustrate this. So Baby Thanos, 1 rock, scissors, paper, and he's going first. And Baby Thanos has 1 of 4 choices he can make. He can choose to take 3 different colored gem chips. He can take 2 of the same gem chip, but if he's going to take 2 of the same, there have to be 2 left in the stack. If there aren't 2 left over, he can't do it. So that's how you can take gems. You can take 3 different ones, any 3 different ones you want. Again, you cannot take the amber. You cannot take the yellow ones. You can take 3 different ones, 2 of the same, as long as 2 remain in the stack. Or you can buy a card, or you can reserve a card. The word reserve is a really important one. We use it when we make a reservation at a restaurant. And we also use it to say that we are going to get something, but we haven't gotten it yet. So in this case, I think Baby Thanos wants to start getting some chips. He's going to look at how much everything costs, and he's going to decide what he wants. Maybe he's already thinking about what he wants to buy in the future, what's going to be really worth it. Maybe he's also thinking about what those nobles want and whether he can get that for them. So I think he's going to start, actually, he's not going to take 3 different ones. Baby Thanos is going to take 2 emerald chips. Remember, if you take 2 of the same, there have to be 2 remaining. There are 3 left, so he can do that. He has his 2 emeralds, and that's the end of his turn. So it's Baby Thor's turn, and Baby Thor is a little upset that Thanos did that, but she's okay. She'll get by. She's going to take 1 diamond, 1 sapphire, and 1 emerald chip. So she took 3 different gem chips. And she'll put those in front of her. And this is actually a really important part of the game. It says it right in the rules. You always have to keep what you have taken visible. You have to keep it showing in front of you so everybody knows which gems you have. And now it's Baby Cap's turn, and Baby Cap hates going third. He is going to take an onyx, a ruby, and a sapphire. He'll put those in front of him. and then he'll tell Baby Thanos that it's his turn. Baby Thanos takes an emerald. He's also going to take a ruby, and he's going to take a, let's see, maybe an onyx this time. So he's got 3 chips of different colors. Now, he really wanted to take that 4th emerald, but you can't take 2 of the same unless there are 2 still in the stack, and that would not have been the case. So now he has 3 emeralds, 1 ruby, and 1 onyx, just like that. It's Baby Thor's turn, and she's going to take that emerald because she does not want Thanos to have it. So there's 1. She's going to take, oh, she's going to take an onyx for sure. And she's also going to take a ruby. And that'll be the end of her turn. Now you'll notice that we're starting to collect chips here. Thanos has 3, 4, 5. Baby Thor has 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And Cap is about to take more maybe. You can never have more than 10. 10 is the maximum. If you have more than 10 at the end of your turn, you'll have to throw away chips until you only have 10. That's not true for the cards. You can have as many cards as you want. Getting cards is the whole point. But holding on to chips is not good. Remember, look, it's a very small pool that we have to work from here. So, it's Baby Cap's turn. And he's going to say that he's taking an onyx, a ruby, and this time, he's going to take a diamond. And you'll notice I'm keeping all of the like colors together. You want to be able to see what you have. So it's Baby Thanos' turn. He is annoyed. He's going to take a sapphire. He's going to take a diamond. Oh, you know what? He's going to put that diamond back. He's going to take that sapphire, but he's going to take the ruby and the onyx instead. So he's taking 3 gems. And that's the end of his turn. Now he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whew, he's safe. It's Baby Thor's turn. And Baby Thor is going to go shopping. Baby Thor is going to spend, well, let's tell you what she's getting. Baby Thor is going to purchase, she's going to buy this ruby card. Now to do that, she has to spend 4 gems. She has to spend 1 onyx, she has to spend 1 emerald, 1 sapphire, and 1 diamond. So she's going to take those gems and she's going to put them back over here. And now she has a ruby mine. And because she owns that mine is going to produce, it's going to make rubies for her every turn. Now she has 2 rubies that she can use when it's her turn next. That's the end of her turn. It's Baby Cap's turn. And Baby Cap, he's going to go shopping too. Oh, wait! Whoa! Hold on, Baby Cap. Wait a second, because Baby Thor has one thing she still needs to do. She needs to replace the card that she bought. So she's going to take the top card from the pile and she's going to put it out on the board. Now, when we talked about the components, I told you that there were all these cards, but maybe I didn't make it clear. There are 3 decks of cards. The green deck is the cheapest deck. It's the least prestigious deck. It has very few options that have any prestige points. The yellow deck is the 2nd level, and it has more points available, certainly more than the first deck, but not as much as the 3rd deck. The blue deck is the most expensive deck. It comes with the most prestige. It's usually the storefronts where we're going to sell our gems, and you can see they're very expensive, and they come with a lot of prestige. So we replaced the card, and now it's Baby Cap's turn, and Baby Cap is going to go shopping as well. He is going to buy this emerald mine. He's going to add that to his business. He's spending 1 sapphire, 2 rubies, and 2 onyx. So now he has an emerald mine for the rest of the game, an emerald mine. For the rest of the game, he's going to have 1 emerald that he can use. It's Baby Thanos' turn. And, oh, again, I'm sorry, that's Baby Cap. You gotta be on top of this. Before it's Baby Thanos' turn, we're gonna turn over a new card, and now it's Baby Thanos' turn. Baby Thanos, oh, he is a little frustrated. Let's see, what is he going to do? I tell you what he's going to do. He's going to take a sapphire, or an emerald, a diamond, and he's also going to take another sapphire. So he's taken 3, but he knows that he's in a little bit of trouble. So let's do some math. How many chips does he have? He has 2 onyx, 2 rubies, 4 emeralds, 2 sapphires, and 1 diamond. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's not okay. So at the end of his turn, he's going to put something back. He's going to put back an onyx. And that's the end of his turn. And now it's Baby Thor's turn. And Baby Thor, well, she doesn't love her options. She can't take 2 diamonds because there would only be 1 left. So that doesn't work. She's going to take a sapphire. She's going to take a diamond. And she's going to take an onyx. That's the end of her turn. Baby Cap's turn. And Baby Cap, he sees that he's behind. And he wants to reserve a card. So he is going to, now when you reserve a card, you can take any one card and reserve it, or you can reserve the top card from any of the 3 decks. You can reserve 1 card that way. Baby Cap, let's see. He is going to reserve this diamond card. He's going to hold on to that diamond card for later. Now, he can't use it. He doesn't own it. And he's going to put it kind of in a weird position to show that. Maybe we'll put it back there. And because he's reserving a card, he also gets one of those amber chips. Remember, this is a wild card. It can be any color. So he's going to add that to his stash. We're going to replace the card that he took. And now it's Baby Thanos' turn. And Baby Thanos, now he's going to buy this diamond mine. He's been waiting to do that. So he's going to buy this diamond mine. He has to spend all 4 of those emeralds he spent so long trying to collect. He's got to put those back. But now he's got 2 diamonds, and he's the first person in the game with a point. So, she's going to love what she's taking. She's taking. Well, she could. She could take 2 emeralds, couldn't she? She's going to take 2 emeralds per turn. And then Big Cat, he's going to take an emerald, a sapphire, and a ruby. That's going to be his turn. And he gets it back to Big Cat on his turn. Oh, he's very excited. He thought he got an onyx. He doesn't have an emerald. He's wearing a so he can't have. So on his turn, he's going to make sure he's looking around. And he sees, looking at these cards, he's going to take an emerald, he's going to take a diamond, and he's going to take an onyx. So add those to his collection. Now, he's going to keep 9 chips. This doesn't count. He has 9 chips. Okay, Baby Thor's turn, and she is going to spend with it. She's going to spend 3 emeralds. She's going to spend 1 sapphire. And now this is really important. She's buying this card, but she doesn't have to put back this ruby. She's going to use the ruby on her card. So she doesn't have to spend the ruby. She doesn't have to put it back. She can keep it to buy that sapphire mine. So all she's going to put back are the 3 emeralds and the sapphire. Just like that. And that's the really nice thing about having the cards. It's a permanent gem to use whenever you need it. So Baby Thor's going to replace the card that she spent, or the card that she bought. Wow. She's going to replace the card that she bought, and it's in Cap's turn. Well, he was still trying to buy that diamond card that he reserved, but he doesn't have to do that right away. In fact, he wants to buy this onyx mine. 4 diamonds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Baby Thanos is going to use this amber as a diamond to buy that ruby card. Now he has 2 prestige. And you can see how the game works. You are trying to collect cards to buy more cards and get more and more prestige. When you have the sets, whether it's a set of 3 blacks, reds, and whites, or a set of 4 in some cases, 2 sets of 4, you'll get extra points from the nobles. The nobles will only come to you. The nobles will only come to you if you are the first person to meet those criteria, and then they will come and they will be there permanently. Now this is really important. If you, in one turn, satisfy 2 different nobles, let's say that somehow, this one is far more likely. Let's look at this combination. Let's say that somehow on your turn you buy a blue card, and that leaves you with the sets of 3. You already had 3 red, 3 white, and 3 green. So if you already had all of those, and then you bought a blue, well then in one turn you satisfied both of these nobles. You can only take 1 noble per turn. And when you take that noble, and there are 2 that you can choose from, you will choose the one that you want The other one will stay on the board. And then the next turn, if nobody else earns that noble, you'll get the second one. The game ends when you have 15 points. When a player gets 15 points, we will finish the round. So again, if Baby Thanos is the first player, he takes his turn. Baby Thor goes and she gets 15 points on her turn. Then Baby Cap gets one last turn, and then the game is over. The player with the most points wins. And that's how you play Splendor.